I'm Mrs. EK, and today we are going to work on reading, writing, and sorting words with the J sound. One way to spell the J sound is with a D-G-E. I know, right? 3 letters, all making one sound, J. Well, let's talk about when we use D-G-E. D-G-E usually comes at the end of a word, not at the beginning, and always comes right after a short vowel sound. Let's remind ourselves about what those short vowel sounds are. A, eh, I, Nice. Those are short vowel sounds. So when we hear short vowel sound and then we hear the J sound, we'll know that we most likely will use the D-G-E spelling pattern. Let's look at a couple of examples. I have D-G-E right here. And we have a word that's going to actually start with the short vowel sound, eh. And then we have J, eh, J. What word? Edge, like the edge of a paper. You gotta be really careful, don't get a paper cut. Yeah, the edge. Well, now we have a word. Here's our short vowel sound. J. Fudge. Fudge is a type of like dessert or treat that you could make. Yeah, it's pretty good. So now you know that when we use D-G-E spelling pattern, usually comes at the end of the word and right after that short vowel sound. Another way to spell the J sound is with G-E. G-E also makes the J sound. G-E will come right after a long vowel sound. Long vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and oo. And so when we notice the word has a long vowel sound instead of a short vowel sound, if it has a long vowel sound, we're just going to use G-E. Let's look at an example. Here's a word, and this is a long vowel sound. A. So our word is P-A-J. Page. Yeah, like a page in a book. Or I'm writing these words on a page. Another reason we would use G-E for the J sound, not only will we use it if there's a long vowel sound before the J, but also if there's a consonant. Yeah, so consonant, if you remember, are all the other letters in the alphabet that are not vowels. So if the word, when you say the word and you hear a vowel sound, you have to determine is it short or long. But if you hear a consonant right before the J, then you know, oh, well, I know I'm going to use G-E. Let's look at an example for that one. I have here a blend, okay, and there's my consonant before the J sound. We have change. Change. Like you might get change back when you go to a store. You give them money, they give you your change. But when you hear the that's the consonant before the J sound. All right, so G-E is used with long vowel sounds before the J or consonants before the J. Last way to spell the J sound. Of course, the letter J makes the J sound. But J almost never comes at the end of the word. So just like we talked about D-G-E and G-E coming at the end of the word or syllable, J won't do that. J usually comes at the beginning of the word, like in jump or jam. Yeah, you might jump for some jam. I don't know, maybe. Well, scholars, that was a quick introduction of 3 different ways to spell the J sound. I think we need to do some practice. Can you go ahead and get your paper? Nice. On your paper, can you go ahead and draw 2 lines going straight down, making 3 columns? on your columns, you're going to go ahead and write DGE, GE, and then J. So your paper will look like what I have here on the board. We're going to have some words to read and sort. Once you know where the word goes, go ahead and write it down on your paper. Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, scholars, let's start with our first word. Let's look at it. What do you notice? Yeah. This word has GE. Remember, GE is used, I see a vowel, after a long vowel sound. So we know this A is going to say A. We have K-A-J, cage. Yeah, where are you going to write this word? Of course, under GE. A cage is something you might have at home if you have a pet. What kind of pets do you know sleep in cages? Birds, hamsters, yeah, even puppies. Nice work. All right, let's do our next word. What do you notice about this word? The J is at the beginning. Only one choice for that one, huh? Jog. Jog. When you jog, it's when you're not really running your fastest, but you're kind of just running at a steady pace. Let's write jog under our J column. Here's our next word. Are you noticing what kind of a J sound is in this word? Or I should say, do you notice what kind of spelling pattern is in this word? The DGE. Yeah, we're going to write this word under DGE. Let's figure out what it is. Well, we know we use DGE when there's a short vowel sound. So D-A-J. Dodge. Dodge, you might dodge so you don't get hit in dodgeball. Like, oh, yeah, I had to dodge that ball. I don't want it to hit me. Dodge under DGE. Nice work, scholars. Scholars, we're getting a little tricky here. I have more words, but they're incomplete. Let me show you what I mean. Oh, like this word. It's missing its J sound. We have to figure out how to spell the J sound in this word. This word is a synonym for big or enormous. The word is huge. Yeah. What sound do you hear right before the J? Huge. Huge. You. What kind of a vowel sound is that? A long vowel sound. So what kind of spelling pattern should J be? G-E. Nice. Let's go ahead and write that down. H-U. G-E. Huge. Let's do our next word. This is when you might tell a funny. Knock, knock. The word is joke. J is at the beginning. What spelling pattern should we use? The J. You're absolutely right. Let's write joke under our column J. J-oak. Ooh. Bridge. This word is something that goes over water to connect two pieces of land. It's called a bridge. In the word bridge, what sound do you hear right before the J? I, which is a short vowel sound. Remember, short vowel gets all 3 letters for the J sound. Yeah, let's write bridge under DGE. Have you ever been to Mackinac Bridge? Well, let me tell you, Michigan Michigan has a lower peninsula, and it also has an upper peninsula, right? There's water in between these two pieces of land. So there's a Mackinac Bridge that connects the lower peninsula to the upper peninsula. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just under 5 miles long, right here in Michigan. All right, here's our last word, scholars. And this is an exercise you can do. This word is lunge. What sound do you hear right before the j sound? Lunge. Is a consonant. That's a consonant sound. So what spelling pattern do we use when we have a consonant sound right before the j? The GE, yep, it comes right after a consonant sound. Let's go ahead and write GE on that word, lunge. Here's what a lunge looks like. Awesome work, scholars. Well, let's reread our words that we wrote. We know that we use DGE at the end of a word or end of a syllable, and it comes right after a short vowel sound. What words do we have? Dodge, bridge. Nice. We use GE as a spelling pattern when the j sound comes right after a long vowel, or when it comes right after a consonant sound. What words do we have? Cage, huge, lunge. Nice. And then we have our letter J, which usually doesn't come at the end of the word. We usually see it at the beginning of a word, like in the word jog and joke. Nice work, scholars. You know what you should do? You should start thinking of words that have j sounds in them and say, what spelling pattern would I use to write this word down? I bet you can come up with lots.
This program is made possible in part by the Michigan Department of Education, the State of Michigan, and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. Additional support by, and by viewers like you. Thank you.